I'm Claire from Stone Specialist and welcome to this edition of the Stone Review. In this edition we're going to be talking about women in the stone industry and I've got two great interviewees lined up for you. So without further ado, let's go. This edition is kindly sponsored by D. Zambellis. D. Zambellis offers a wide range of tooling and machinery for the stone industry. Their premises in Essex hold a large tooling stock for next day delivery, a machine showroom for demonstrations, and a new CAD/CAM training academy. Proudly representing Italian machinery manufacturers, they supply a vast range of bridge saws, CNCs, and water and air clarification systems. Their tooling range covers diamond blades, CNC tools, chemicals, and abrasives, with strong technical advice and support. Veta is a specialist stone contractor operating in Britain. They provide all aspects of stonework, and Christine Ellis, Assistant Business Development Specialist, joined me for a chat. You've been in the stone industry now for 19 years, so congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Could you tell us how you got into it?
Wow, I actually fell into the natural stone industry by chance. So I completed my university degree, back in 2002, that's making me sound really old. At that time, I'd made a decision that I wanted to improve my German language skills and also maybe see a bit of the world. So I took a job with the British Council as an English language assistant and I got posted out, very luckily to be posted out to Vienna in Austria.
Nice.
So I spent 2 years working there and I was also able to see a little bit of Europe. I returned to the UK and then I made the decision that I wanted to forge a career in business. So I applied for a role at Veta UK as a marketing and estimating assistant, and 19 years later, I'm still here through different roles.
March the 8th is International Women's Day, and I just wanted to ask you, what have you seen, what are the major changes that have happened in terms of attitudes towards women in natural stone and in construction since you took on your first role?
I've seen a real visible change over the 19 years that I've been in the industry. If I was to give examples, I've probably got two which are at each end of the spectrum. One would be the change in the assumptions of what a woman's role is and what a woman can do for the construction industry. And I think the other one, a particular bugbear of mine, would be the welfare facilities provided, so female toilets.
Yeah.
Years ago, there were none. Well, not on every site, but in a lot of sites, there were no female toilets, which then meant that females working there, the odd female that there was, had to go off-site and use local facilities in shops and cafes, etc., before returning to their job.
Do you think that there needs to be more done at school level, perhaps, to get more women interested and engaged in the industry?
Absolutely. I mean, as a Laing O'Rourke company, we're always working, or we try to work with the local schools near to our offices and to our projects. That's a big thing that we do. But I think we need to continue to do that. And yeah, we just need to showcase the opportunities that are actually available, the modern technology that we're now using that's helped move the industry forward, I think. I think by going in as well and showing them that there are females in various positions in our organisations doing various jobs, the opportunities are there in business development, in the trades, commercially, in site operations. If they want to do it, they can, and there is absolutely no barriers to it.
Finally, if you could give just one piece of advice to a young woman looking to enter the industry, what would that be?
I'd say be brave, jump in and come and join us.
The Queen Elizabeth Scholarship Trust and Heritage Craft Sustainability Award returns again in 2024 and applications will close on Friday, May the 24th. Are you a craftsperson or do you know a craftsperson who is committed to improving sustainability in their practice, is innovative and an inspiration for others? Quest is looking for makers who've made a change to their materials or processes or innovated in another way to measurably reduce the impact on the environment within the last 12 months. Planning has been granted for a landmark natural stone and timber house in Exton, Rutland, which meets the exceptional Paragraph 84 New House criteria, as outlined by the National Planning Policy Framework. This rarely met criteria states that the house is truly outstanding, reflecting the highest standards in architecture, and would help to raise standards of design more generally in rural areas, and would significantly enhance its immediate setting, and be sensitive to the defining characteristics of the local area. 6 years after Welsh stonemason and sculptor Paul Roden staged the first Welsh Stone Carving Festival, the event is returning to the Bishop's Barn in the UK's smallest cathedral city from the 4th to the 6th of May. As well as being a qualified stonemason, Paul is a yeoman of the Stonemasons Livery Company in London, the Worshipful Company of Masons, which is once again supporting this year's festival. A memorial celebrating the life of Sir Ernest Shackleton, created by sculptor Will Davies, was unveiled by the Princess Royal at Westminster Abbey on February 15th. The stone is located in the Abbey's south cloister, close to a memorial to pioneering sailors Captain James Cook, Sir Francis Chichester and Sir Francis Drake. The memorial, created in Will's Hampshire studio, incorporates natural stone, including Connemara marble and Kilkenny limestone, to reflect Shackleton's Irish heritage. Laminum has introduced 3 new surfaces to its large format porcelain Ina Trolley collection: Calcutta Medicio, Patagonia and Fusion White. They are scratch resistant, durable and hard wearing, and can be used in both interior and exterior projects. For more on these stories and further news, please head to stonespecialist.com. I'm at Scribble Stone Inspire in Halifax, who specialise in public realm and bespoke commissions. And today I'm meeting Alicia Murphy, the company's operations manager, to discuss one of Scribble's landmark projects. So I've heard about your project, which was the Andrew Wiles building at Oxford University, which looks amazing.
Yes.
Could you tell me a little bit more about that?
So we became involved in that. We were approached by Hardscape, who were running the scheme, to help make their vision become a reality.
I wanted to ask, what materials were chosen and why were they chosen for that particular project?
The materials were provided by Hardscape, so it was the Royal White granite and the Cobra Grey granite, and we inlaid stainless steel strips into their granite paving, which was then laid at the building.
I mean, obviously that was a really complicated mathematical and sort of non-repeating pattern.
Yeah.
So how was that project approached?
So we used the CNC and the water jet, so it was 2 different granites. We cut the 2 shapes on the CNC machine, and then the stainless steel inlay was cut on the water jet. Stainless steel was then inlaid into the granite, and the complexity comes really on site. So it was the install that makes it look as complex as it does.
Yeah.
Really. The actual cutting of the work wasn't that difficult. It's all in the design. So hats off to Vetters, because they did an amazing job. And I think the design, obviously, the complex design, it speaks for itself and it looks brilliant.
To watch the full versions of these interviews, please head over to stonespecialist.com.